Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to Going Through the Dice Tower Library rack by rack. I do this every few years to show you kind of where the Dice Tower Library is. I have the Dice Tower Library split into 28 racks. Today we're going to be taking a look at rack 1 and just kind of showing you what I put into racks, why I put things where I do, if I have much thought on that at all. And honestly, the first 5 racks, maybe the first 6 racks, are all these square boxes. It's my favorite size of game, and I really love these boxes a lot. And then I try to put them together. So on the bottom shelf here, we have sort of the best of Days of Wonder. And you can see 5 tribes: the River, Deep Blue, Pirates Cove, Mystery of the Abbey, Colosseum, Quadropolis, Small World of Warcraft, Small World, Shadows over Camelot, and Yamatai. I wish I had Cleopatra and the Society of Architects in here, but I switched that one out for the Mojito one, and that's one of those times, well, that I wish that I hadn't. Then next to that is Black Orchestra, Whistle Stop, Whistle Mountain, and Alien Frontiers. No other reason than the Whistle Stops go together. Alien Frontiers is an interesting one. You can see it here in the corner. And Alien Frontiers is either the original game, the game that put Kickstarter on the map for a lot of people that we hadn't heard of before. Doesn't get played as much these days, but it's still a good game. And here. On the next shelf, above this, we have the Red Raven games. So the Red Raven games, obviously most people know the big ones, Sleeping Gods and Sleeping Gods Distant Skies. And then the trilogy that a lot of people know, Now or Never, Near and Far, and The Ancient World. But there is, and not The Ancient World, Above and Below. And then The Ancient World, Empires of the Void 2, City of Iron 2, Islebound. He does it in Creature Caravan. Ryan Lockett does a lot of great second editions, so keep that in mind as you look at all of these. Expansity is a game about building cities that has kind of fallen off the radar, but if you like city building games with blocks and things, I think it's a pretty solid one. And then Abyss, Z talks about that one a lot, so you know that that's a great game. And then Seasons, which is a game that people have kind of forgotten about, but I think is worth checking out. Then we go up to the next shelf here, and this is kind of my nature shelf of some sorts. So on the side, we have Everdell, and then next Everdell, Farshore, and My Little Everdell. I didn't put the gigantic box of Everdell in the library. That's just too much. Then we have Flamecraft. There's 2 copies of Flamecraft. Very rarely do I have 2 copies of a game in the library. Flamecraft was super hot. I think at some point you're going to see that fade off. Probably by the end of this year, it'll probably be down to 1 copy. As you can see, Wingspan is down to 1 copy. Then more, kind of nature stuff, Life of the Amazonia. Lords of Zidit isn't really nature. That should probably be near Seasons. Then Wingspan and Wormspan. I have Finspan, but since Finspan is still pretty hot, it's in the hot game section of the library. Meadow Dog Park, Bunny Kingdom, another great forgotten game. Isle of Cats. This is one I kind of struggle with. Maybe I shouldn't have put that giant one in there. And Wild Serengeti. So that's 2 bad comic games. It probably makes sense if they were together. But, well, we'll see. Games change in this library and locations change a lot. Moving up, we have some more nature directly above it with Trailblazer and Renature, and then just a pile of Pandasaurus games. They start with nature, Emerge and Wolves, and then switch to whatever Pandasaurus makes. Orichalcum, Skate Summer, Tammany Hall, Godspeed, The Fox Experiment, and then Dinosaur World and Dinosaur Island, which I thought would be funny. Then I put Dinogenics next to them. But it's not really, it makes sense, right? If you want to play Dinosaur Island and it's gone and you see Dinogenics, they're pretty much the exact same theme. So you're probably going to get one of those. Then if you don't want Dinogenics, of course you want to play Dreamhouse. Now we're just back to Square Games, Dreamhouse, Deus, and Tobago. All fantastic games. And then finally, the top shelf of rack 1 here. So we start on over here with Matago. And this is one of those times where I'm like, man, I kind of wish that they didn't do this. Boxes that all look the same. But Matago, Paris New Eden, a good game no one plays anymore. Captain Sonar, great for conventions. River Dragons, which not many people play because usually someone brings that giant version and people play that. Dice Town, which is an excellent game. Treasure Island. Then Snowdonia, that's a huge version of Snowdonia. And then we move into the Portal area from Pret-a-Porter, Legacy at the Testament of Duke de Crecy, Neuroshima Hex, 3rd edition. Then 51st State, Imperial Settlers, Empires of the North, Alien Artifacts, and Monolith Arena. A lot of games that are very similar in many ways. So as we look at all these games on the shelves, on the bottom shelf, my favorite game there is easily Whistle Mountain. On the shelf above it, I do love, it's hard because I want to say Near and Far, but also I really like Sleeping Gods a lot. On this shelf here, I think my favorite game is probably Wormspan. Oh, I do like Flamecraft a lot. On the second shelf, a lot of good games there. Tammany, no, I think Fox Experiment is my favorite. And then on the top shelf, I think of these, my favorite game is Dice Town from Matago. Either way, there's a lot of games in here. This is the first shelf a lot of people see when they come to my library. Tell me what your favorite games are on it, and I'll see you when I get to the next rack in the Dice Tower Library. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time. Hey folks, thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you like our videos, if you like our channel, you would love to game with us at one of our conventions. Check out Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower East, and Dice Tower West. Fantastic conventions where we play games with wonderful people, a humongous library, and lots of other events and stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm Tom Vasel.